welcome to the great New York State Fair. More importantly, welcome to the State Police exhibit. Now, who here is excited to see the best underwater show at the fair?
Yeah!
All right, and we are excited to bring it to you. But first, let me introduce you to the rest of my crew coming up behind that tank. First time, every time, Tech Sergeant Josh Cross. Josh is my training coordinator out of headquarters. Next up is the Troop E Sea Diver Tech Sergeant Don Will, also known as the Seneca Lake Sea Cow. Fun fact about Donnie is that he has not one, but 2 sets of twins at home. Yeah. Lastly up there is your very own Smoochie, the Troop D Senior Diver Tech Sergeant Greg Emerald. Greg's a 33-year veteran of the State Police, back when he had hair. The only thing he's got going for him now is that he doesn't have any grays left up top.
He does have 2 grandkids too.
He does.
Right.
Now let me introduce the host of your show, the Troop C Senior Diver Tech Sergeant Seth Little.
Okay! How are we doing today? And I want to thank the youngest serving Division Dive Officer in New York State Police history, Chief Technical Sergeant, the boss, Neil Case!
I think you have another introduction to make too, right?
I do?
Somebody in the fans in the stands over here, maybe?
Well, I do have a wife and daughter
Oh,
over there.
look at that! Hello!
All right. Hello! All right. So, boss, I heard you say that this was the best show.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Who's that?
Well, you know.
The
This guy?
canine demo was voted the best show at the fair. But if they took that survey again, I'm afraid to say that the underwater recovery team would definitely win.
Oh yeah, that's who they are. Kevin Connors.
Totally natural voice.
That's
All
right.
right, thank you, Kevin, for that rousing endorsement.
All right, talking about it, what do you say we show them what we've got?
All right, kids, if you want to come up and sit in front of the tank, please do. You get a worm's eye view of the diver, get on up there, take a seat, watch them breathe underwater.
Oh yeah, come on
Oh,
over.
exciting stuff. All right, you can come over, just don't trip and fall, and if you get wet, you do not cry.
No dive school.
That's right. All right. While we're getting in there, I'm going to give you guys a brief history lesson of the New York State Police dive team. Our first dive was logged in 1932. That makes us the largest, and we are it makes us the oldest, and we are also one of the largest public safety dive teams in the whole of the United States, New York. Now, in 1932, just like you see up there, that's actual footage. We had hard helmets, canvas suit, lead belt, lead shoes, all together. The weight of that equipment was well over 100 pounds. Okay, but troopers did what troopers continue to do today. They're given equipment, they use that equipment to get the job done. Now, in 1943, there was a smart fellow by the name of Jacques Cousteau. Jacques Cousteau invented the aqualung. It's what we commonly refer to as scuba. Scuba is an acronym. It stands for self-contained, underwater, breathing apparatus. Can't go through ropes, buddy. There you go. All right. That being said, it took the hundreds of pounds of equipment, condensed it down to about 40 pounds or so. Maybe it was the Speedos, I don't know. All right, but it made divers a lot more maneuverable in the water. Being maneuverable sounded good to the state police, so at the speed of New York government in 1957, we decided to send divers. Oh, here, let me help you there, friend. There you go, all right. At the speed of New York government in 1957, we decided to send representatives from our dive team down to learn from the best this technology of scuba. Who is the best? It's the U.S. Navy. So we went down to the Navy dive school, we graduated their school, brought their lessons back, and we started our own novice dive school, right, boss?
We did. So we've been doing this since 1957, where we're training our own dive members. Our dive school is 10 weeks long. We dive to depths of 132 feet. 132 feet, testing the physical and mental fortitude of those new members. Now, only 1/3 of those who think that they're good enough will actually graduate our school.
Okay, so 1/3 of those that go to the tryouts only make it. Those guys did up there, give them a hand.
All right, it's that beautiful day.
It is.
Beautiful people.
I love people.
We've got two guys up there who want to get in the water. What do you say?
Ah, good idea, good idea. But guys, this isn't any old dive team. This is the New York State Police dive team. State's elite, right? All right, so we want to see you get into the water, but first, we want to see you put your equipment in that water. All right, yes, take your equipment off your back and put it in the water. Come on.
Oh yeah,
Come on.
throw the gear in the water.
Yep, no complaining.
Now while that gear is going to the bottom of that tank, why don't you explain why we would do something like this?
We would do something like this because we want to make sure that divers are not going to panic in the water, okay? Panic is what will either hurt or kill a diver. And so this is called the remove and replace. And this must be done before they graduate in little to no viz. And so we got their equipment going down, but guys, that's not all of your equipment. I still see things around your face. What are those?
Come on, guys, all
Come
your
on,
gear.
your mask. Get your mask. Take it all off. Not that, Josh. Put that back on. Put that back on.
Hey, don't forget that's cold water.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see it, or maybe nobody can see it. I don't know. Anyhow, either way, we're very competitive in dive school. So we're not saying this is a race. This is going to be a race, all right? And I want to hear, by the sound of your applause, let me hear applause. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I want to hear who you think is going to win. Do you think the hero of Troop H, Josh Cross, first time every time? All right. Well, that's all right. That's all right. Well, this next animal, when seen in his natural environment, there is nothing like it. It is the elusive Seneca Lake Sea Cow, Troop B, go! Oh yeah. Aha! All right. Well, they're going to need a little countdown. So I'm going to need you to give them encouragement. When I say go, we're going to go 3, 2, 1, dive. It's going to be louder than that, right? Are you ready to see divers in the water? Yeah! All right, go!
Wait, stop.
That was a little weak.
We have a few hundred people here, all right?
At least.
Let's let the rest of the fairgrounds know. Put divers in the water. Here we go.
All right, are you ready to see divers in the water? One, go! 3! All right, there they go. First thing you're going to notice is that when they go down to their gear, they're going to put their second stage mouth regulator in their mouth. Everything else is copacetic after that. As long as you have air, you can breathe. No need to panic, all right? And so they got the air in their mouth. They're moving around, trying to put their gear on. They're going to see who wins here. We got, it's pretty close. Oh, first time, every time. Josh Cross. All right, but you know what? They're both winners. They both graduated the school. Everybody gets a trophy or some garbage like that. So give them a hand. All right, the equipment that they have, that tank that's on their back, that tank holds a closet full of air. All right, it's high pressure. You just can't breathe with it off of your mouth, otherwise you will blow your lungs apart. All right, so you need a regulator. That regulator, which is on top of that tank right there, it slows the air pressure down, and then it sends it down the line, which goes to your mouth regulator, also known as the second stage. That provides you air on demand anywhere you are in the water column. And I say anywhere you are because we have a buoyancy control device, the BCD. And that is what is the backpack that looks like it's attached to that tank. You can add air or take air away. When you add air from the tank to that pack, you go up. That's positively buoyant. When you take air away, you go down. That's negatively buoyant. There is a sweet spot for divers, and it's called neutral buoyancy. It's very hard to learn, but they make it look easy in there. Look at them. It's like they're static right out in outer space. The fins in this type of environment work extremely well. They push them forward, they bring them backwards, they put them anywhere they need to go. Alright? So that is the BCD. Now the mask that they have on their face. The mask allows us to actually see things 25% closer and 33% larger underwater. Okay? It's because of refraction. So when a diver is down in the water and they come up and they're like, did you see the size of that fish? Might not be that big, might be this big. All right, but it's okay. It's a good story. There's no stories like a diver's story, all right? Now, they had to throw their masks in that water. How did they get the water out of the mask when they went in and got them? Well, if you look at the video up there, also in the tank, they're going to show you. You're basically going to reseat the mask. You're You're going to put a little pressure on top of the mask with your fingers, and then you're going to breathe air in your lungs and out your nose. And when you breathe the air out your nose, the air will actually push the water out of the mask, and they can go about their business. Now, why do we need to know how to do this? Because there are things in the water that you can get stuck on. Sometimes things can get ripped off your face like a mask. You need to know how to put it back on. And our novice school teaches that, and we also teach what to do if something happens at depth. We dive to 132 feet. 132 feet, if you look at the top of this tower up here, that is 60 feet tall. So add a whole nother tower, 12 feet, that's 132 if my math is correct. If I'm wrong, my wife will correct me, I'm sure. All right, but 132 feet, there are things that will happen to your body and also your equipment at that depth, all right? There is a lot of pressure down there. So we're gonna simulate right here. Josh Cross is saying, hey, I don't know what's going on, we're deep, but my air's not working quite well. So the Seneca Lake Sea Cow comes over to the rescue and says, I'm gonna help you out. And then he makes sure that he's okay. He puts his own regulator in his mouth, takes a safety second. They make sure they're okay, and then they go up to the top at a nice, safe ascent rate. The reason they go up slow is because those tanks, they hold air, not just oxygen. Air is comprised mostly of nitrogen. Have you ever heard of the bends? All right, divers get bends from nitrogen. If they come up too quickly from depth, they did a good job, give them a hand. All right, and that shows you also one of the most important things with diving is you never dive alone. You always dive with a dive buddy, all right? Now, we are URT, the Underwater Recovery Team. We're search and recovery, police divers. So just like a police officer, if he comes up on a scene, what is that scene? It's a crime scene, right? It's just above the water. Well, what's the difference if it's below the water? Absolutely nothing. It's a crime scene until it's determined not a crime scene. And so we'll come up, we'll take copious notes, we'll take video, we'll do photography, we'll draw diagrams, all right? But most of the time, the water that we're dealing in, it doesn't look like that tank. It looks like more what's in this container here. So how do you function in low or no-viz water? Well, our symbol, the octopus. All right, if you've ever seen an octopus move over the floor of the ocean, it touches everything as it goes. It gets into every crack, every crevice. And so just like that, we rely on our sense of touch. We make sure that we touch everything, and we take notes, and we come up, because our motto is, boss, if it's in there,
Well, we're gonna find it.
yeah, and if we didn't find it,
Well, obviously it was never there.
obviously it was never there. All right, so how can we say that with such bravado? Well, I'll tell you how. Because we use certain tools. We have a line search, which also helps us do grid searches. All right, and I'm going to give you an example over here of a line search. It's called pendulum. So I'm going to need a volunteer from the audience over here. All right, green with cows and dogs or something. I don't know. Dogs. There we go. All right, and your name is? Josephine, come on over here. Josephine, what dog do you belong to? Okay, well, Mom, come on over, all right? Oh, yes.
Aren't you so here?
Yeah, she's very excited for the bravery of her daughter. Josephine, you are my land-based expert, all right? You are on my team. And so you're going to go over there and take a stance right next to my boss, all right? And your name is, ma'am? Huh? Holly, all right. So Holly is a diver, okay? But Holly didn't follow one of the rules, which is never dive alone. Come on, Holly. All right. So she went in to a boat launch, something like that, whatever. She's a commercial diver. She's doing some work. Somebody saw her go in, but nobody saw her come out. All right. So this is the instance where hopefully as a police team, we are going to rescue Holly, not recover Holly. All right. That's what you want to do, right, Josephine? Rescue. Okay, very good. All right. So, Josephine, you are my land-based expert. I'm in the water. All right. We actually have communications. How do we do that if I'm underwater and you're on top? Oh yeah, she tugged on that rope. That's how we have communications. And so now that she tugged, I'll tug back and let her know I'm ready to go. And so I'm going to go in a pendulum motion, just like so. This is why it's called a pendulum search. It allows you to search a large area in a short amount of time. Josephine sees I'm coming to the edge over here. She gives me a tug. I felt it. I turn around. I give her a tug back. And she gives me some rope. And I'm going to take a lot of rope. All right. because Holly, she's just unruly. We just don't know where she is. So here I'm coming back. All right, she's floating out of the way. There we go. All right, and here's Holly and Josephine. Help find her. Give her a hand.
I don't think she wanted to be found.
Just wanted a break.
All right, good job. Thank you. All right, so Sam,
Yes.
what would we use if we were looking for something smaller, maybe like a bullet casing or even a gun?
All right, well, I told you that was so we could cover a large area in a hurry. A bullet casing or a gun or something like that, we're going to take our time and we're going to do smaller patterns. And so this is a line search as well. It's called a jack stay. And what you have is you have a line and you have two heavy weights on either side. You separate those weights, creating tension on the line. Diver goes on the line and moves down the line, making sure that they search and touch everywhere. They come to the weight, move the weight over just a little bit, and then they'll go back, and they'll continue that pattern. You might cover some of the same ground that you did, but that's okay. We're detail-oriented, and that's what we will do. And so we're going to show you, up here shows you sort of a diagram of how we would do this, and we're going to say some numbskull throws a gun in there. We got a numbskull up there, and we got a gun. All right, Greg. All right, so line search is set up in there. Josh Cross is going to take his mask and he's going to put it behind him. And the reason he's doing that is because in the novice dive school, we do not let our divers use their sense of sight. They have to use their sense of touch, because most of the time, we're not seeing anything. So he goes down the line, he gets to the weight, he moves it over a little bit, and he goes back. Let's see here. He's going back and he's searching and he finds it. Give him a hand. First time, every time.
So Seth, that was way too easy. Hard pack bottom,
Yep.
good viz, all right? Now what would we do if we were searching in the mud or the muck?
Mud and muck, which we search in the mud and muck a lot. And the fact is we've gotten into muck that's about 5 feet deep, okay? And we will find things in that muck just depending on how long it's been in there. We'll find it in the middle of the muck, or we'll find it down on the bottom of the muck, all right? But what we would use is we would use a metal detector. And so I'm going to need another volunteer from the audience over here. All right, you right there, blue sweatshirt, Buffalo Bills. In spite of being a Buffalo Bill fan, I'll let you up here. All right, you look excited. You're really into this, aren't you? All right. What's your name? Braden, and you're a Buffalo Bills fan? How do you think they're going to do this year? You don't know? You're supposed to say they're going to go all the way! Right? All right. Here we go, Braden. We're going to get to work. Now, you want to wear a black or a blue glove? Blue for the Buffalo Bills. This looks like it'll fit. Put your hand right in there. All right. Now, Braden, what we were talking about, metal detector, that's what you think this is, right? So go ahead and hold this with your other hand. This hand you're going to put in that yucky water, right? Not yet, not yet. So what is it detecting right there? It's detecting now. It's detecting 33 years of marriage to that beautiful woman right over there. I don't know how she's put up with me for so long, but you know, 3 kids, 2 grandkids. We're doing all right. Doing all right, right? All right. So, Braden, I'm going to turn this on. All right. Feel that, right? It's giving you a signal. Something's in there. Go ahead, put your glove right in there. What do you find? We find a lot of yuckiness. It's in there, Braden. Go ahead. You got to dig deep. There we go. Braden, what is that? Well, he doesn't know what it is, but it's a U-bolt. What this represents is construction. A lot of times we find rebar, we find other things that are just dropped all over the floor of whatever body of water we happen to be in. And so this is just a get it out of the way, and we'll move on because we got to continue our mission. We're looking for something, somebody broke into a lockbox, and so we're looking for something related to a lockbox. Look at that. Feel that right there? That signal? Go ahead. Go digging. Would you want to go swimming in that? No, neither would I. Oh, what'd you find? A lock, okay? And what we would do with this lock is we would keep it in the same water that it's in because it's got a chemical makeup in that water, so there would be less degradation. Fingerprints can stay on items for up to 70 days underwater. So we would give this to the FIU people. Hopefully they get a fingerprint. We put bad guy in jail. Thanks to Braden. Give him a hand. All right, Braden. Good job.
Now, Brayton, before you go and sit down, you get your own very own kids, parents. If you want your own, you can buy yours right over at the Trooper Foundation. But Brayton, you were so very brave. Thank you.
All right, you can get octopus. Give him a hand, give him a hand, come on. You can get octopus. You can also get these t-shirts here over at the Trooper Foundation. They help support us in our time of need. We would appreciate it if you help supporting them by buying merch. All right, so we got other technologies. We have an underwater robot. All right, why would we use an underwater robot? You got people working for you. Well, let's say that something went under the ice, okay? And it's not attached to anybody, but somebody drove a four-wheeler out on the ice and it went down. It's not emergent. And so what we would use is we put a robot in there. Doesn't have feelings, doesn't get cold, send it down. And we got an expert operator right over there. Kids, wave to the camera. Oh yeah, there they go. All right, so now that that robot went down there and found what it was looking for, what do we need in order to bring that object up? Our most useful tool? We need a diver, all right? And our most useful tool, we have a big tool bag right up there, Greg Ebro. He's got a locker full of them. And he's on a surface supply air system. And what that means is we can give him endless amounts of air. He's either using a full face mask or he might have a helmet on there, okay? He's got the full face mask on right now, but we also have communications with him. So Greg, are you ready to dive? You fit to dive, all right. When you're ready, Greg, go ahead and enter that water. Oh, wait, Greg is pointing out. Your grandson is over here. All right. This is Greg, one of Greg's brand new grandsons.
It's like a full family affair.
It is a full family affair today. All right, so Greg's gonna show off here. All right, there you go. All right, so Greg is releasing air. All right, he's releasing air from his suit. And he is going to go down to the bottom. All right, kids, give him a hand. Good job, diver. All right. So, now Greg. We need to get you out. We need to get the four-wheeler out of the water. I will not make fun of you anymore. I promise, all right? Not in front of your grandchildren. All right, here he goes with his Superman-like reflexes. He is an amazing diver, the best I know. He says, stupid robot, get out of my way. Now he gets in front of the four-wheeler. What are you gonna do, Greg? The sharpest tool in his shed, his brain. That's right, he's got a lift bag. These lift bags, they lift anything from 50 pounds up to thousands of pounds, all right? That's what they're rated for. He's gonna attach that to the four-wheeler. Once he attaches that to the four-wheeler, the only thing that he needs now is air. So how does he do that? He commands topside for bubbles.
Topside, any bubbles.
His command presence is amazing. He's waiting for the bubbles, and there it goes. All right, Greg. Put that hose where it belongs, right up the old lift bag. There you go. All right, so that lift bag, it expands with air, and it will bring the four-wheeler up. He gets out of the way, because if something goes wrong, he wants to be around for his grandkids. And there he is, give him a hand. Look at the hang time on that guy. Amazing, excellence in observation, best diver ever. Greg Ebro, you're still leaking bubbles. You're still leaking bubbles.
Said this, all right. All right, so listen, we come out here, we have a lot of fun. These guys are some of my best divers throughout the state, part of the instructor staff teaching our newest divers. But the fact is that every single time that they go underwater, or any of their team members go underwater, they're putting their lives on the line. And it doesn't matter if it's for training or for a true recovery mission. So if you could please all join me in thanking them for what they do every day. Thanks, guys.
All right, listen, I know it's exciting. You're waiting for the canines to come on up. But kids, if you want a sticker, we can get you a sticker. If you want a picture with the diver, he is the best poser in the New York State Police, and he's in there for photos. All right, again, please go over, visit the Trooper Foundation. But the most important thing is have a great day at the New York State Fair. Thank you very much.